Tim and Sue bought their Ecco stove how long ago now, Tim?
12 months ago. Yeah. It's been working now for 9 months, does it say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had a winter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, not particularly cold winter,
No.
but you've had a winter so far.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you find out about Ecco stove?
Well, we were just happened to go down to a show down at Stratford, a forestry show, and it was a sort of a miserable sort of a day. Come across your stand, and we were quite a way away from a stove like this, and it was throwing out that much heat in the middle of a field, if you like. And I thought, okay, that's pretty good. So we ended up introducing ourselves to you, and you were saying, well, you know, how good this was. And we were actually looking for a stove anyway, of some, you know, a proper, not a proper, but a traditional steel one, or whatever.
You were building the house at the time. You'd said that you got the house under construction. Were you?
Well, we hadn't actually got it under construction.
Was it not?
No,
it
was going to.
It was. We were just about to start.
Yeah, just about to start. Footings were going in, so we were really early stages thinking about this.
But we were thinking of underfloor heating from a wet back boiler. So we were at the stage where we'd got to make our minds up. When Tim came home and said, "Oh, I found this fantastic stove. We don't need radiators." And I was going, yeah.
Well, I was a bit sceptical myself, sort of
Surely
thing.
not.
Yeah. I thought, yeah, well, you're selling it and I'm buying it, so that's the way it works, isn't it?
But it wasn't until you actually came out and saw us, David, that I could see how passionate about your product, and that you said you would guarantee 110% that this would work in our building. And you didn't even see that our building was working. You've got the plans there. You could see the height of the rooms, the layout of the rooms. You did your calculations, which are actually spot on. Your calculations
Oh, brilliant.
When we built the house, we actually put points in for storage heaters as a backup, because I said to Tim, there's no way a stove can do that.
Storage heaters in,
No, I've actually converted them now to sockets so that I can use them.
Oh, well done.
So,
brilliant. So no other heating in the
no
house?
other heating.
Only an immersion heater for hot water.
Yeah.
Which of course.
Yeah. And what I like is the fact that you can just open the doors as much as you want the heat to go through that room.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting point,
It is, because I don't like a hot bedroom. So it's great. I can just take the chill off the air.
When we first started using it, running it like a metal stove,
Yeah.
rev it up quickly, if you like, but it doesn't work that way. So
No.
It's just steady. It just goes nice and steady, yeah. And it holds the heat for ages. So, I mean, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever.
Brilliant. Now, tell me about the house, though, because this is the interesting part. This is a bit like a grand designs thing, isn't it?
It is a bit.
Tell me about the house. What's its origin?
It's designed a little bit on a Kiwi, a New Zealand house.
Yeah.
As we had a property out there very similar to this, and we thought, we'll bring the design over here. We had a local builder, TKS in Telford, build the timber frame. There's a tin roof on it, just like the Kiwis use. A lot of people around the area saying, that's not going to work. That won't work properly, sort of thing. So, well, we proved them wrong, because it does.
How would they heat a house in New Zealand?
They have the wood stoves. The heat doesn't transfer from room to room.
No.
They've got a lot of open plan out there.
Yeah.
So they would have a stove in the corner, a bit like this, set on an angle.
There is one thing that they do out there, excuse me for interrupting, they have heat pumps which do air conditioning and the inverters and heating. Yeah. But we had one of those put in our place out there, and it will not travel into another room. It heats where the heat pump is, which was mounted up on the wall, and heated this room, if you like.
About the size of this.
Nice and warm, but it would not go through a door like that down into the bedroom area. Okay. Wouldn't touch it. Right, this stove's now been running for an hour and a half or so, something like that. It's up to, pretty good temperature. It's just about touchable, but you wouldn't want to hold down there too long. And let's go and have a look, see what the chimney's doing. Well, I bet it's burning pretty clean. Yeah. So let's see, nothing coming out of that. You just get a little bit of smoke coming out of it when you first crank it up in the morning or wherever you start it, and then burns the rest of the day like that, clean as a whistle.
This moves its heat around the whole house. A typical wood stove doesn't.
No.
Is that your experience?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a house just across the road there, which we moved from there to here, and that has 2 log burners in it, and they're both wetbacks. And
Going at the same time, but
Yeah.
it doesn't move through the house.
no, it will not move through the
Okay.
house. It stays in those rooms really well. It does come in a little bit, but not like this does.
Okay.
No way.
I do really love it, yeah, and especially with this, because this is a feature in the middle of in the corner
Well,
of the house.
when you walk in from the front door into the lobby there, you can see it straight through.
Yeah.
But it's the whole. It's the whole feel of the house as well, isn't it? Not
is.
just the stove. It's the whole
No.
feel of the house.
yeah.
It's
Being
part
an
parcel.
open plan type
Yeah.
of house, you know, this is eating, sitting, cooking, everything all in this room. This stove stands out a mile as it's really a feature. It's probably better than that telly on the wall.
Well,
to
the
be quite
next-
honest.
No, we don't put the telly on. We
No.
just sit watching the fire.
We've got a cooking unit for us as well, so you can cook on top of
Oh,
that.
wow.
Inside the stove, it's oven cooking.
Oh,
Tell you what,
I'm interested about
Seriously,
that.
yeah. I'm genuinely over the moon that you're pleased with the product.
No, more than pleased. More than pleased, yeah. Could have been cheaper.
Couldn't. We'd be out of business. Thanks ever so
That's
much,
going to
Craig.
get cut.
No, that won't. It'll stay in.
No. So,
That we managed to carry that one off. No?
So that, yeah.